I belong to the Kasha people, an indigenous community, and live there with my family. For some time, I've been an evangelical believer. With her, I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. The girl was Jenny. I didn't have anything, so I was thinking of working here.
I was looking for work, and I was working as a street vendor in the 8th entrance when the accident happened.
The fact that they speak Quechua makes it more difficult for them to integrate into society. The process is long, but they have been pressing for a confrontation within the system because of the terribly traumatic process that has affected their lives.
At first, I was scared. 1 week passed, then the next. Now I'm not scared. I had to defend her, because if I ran, he would come looking for me and then kill me, because I saw it. That justice should be done, and that it does not happen again.
When the neighbor told us that the child had disappeared, we went to look for her, but we couldn't find her either.
And we went to look for her, but we couldn't find her until 11 o'clock at night. We looked and looked, but nothing. And just as we were looking for her, the neighbor told me, "Keep looking. That poor thing, she should be inside, or an abandoned house." Just near my house, they were constructing a little house. The walls were built. When I went to look, there was my daughter, dead, at 11 o'clock at night.
Night of the 17th of May of this year, a young girl, Jenny Yuquilema, was raped and murdered.
Just as the police came close, the people gathered around. They lifted her body up and carried her to the morgue, and that's how it happened.
For us, it was very stressful because the neighbor didn't have any enemies here.
Sometimes I feel terribly sad this has happened. My daughter was so calm.
She knew how to draw like this. She knew how to play with dolls. She liked to paint.
She was in daycare. She liked to do her homework. And she would say, "I'm going to school."
A little bag with her notebooks and walking around carrying it.
She would say, "When I'm big, I'm going to be a teacher, just like my teacher." She would say it just like that.
I would be happy with her if she were here, but it happened like that. I want to see justice and how long the sentence will be.
I was studying, except now my father does not have enough money for the tuition. I work now, in a bus as a collecting agent. Sometimes I stay up to 7 or 8. They pay me $6 or $7. I came to work in the afternoon until 10 at night. Every Thursday, we play soccer, but as it was raining, no one played. I was passing by, and there was no one around. I was gonna go pee, but he was there off to the side and said to me, "Go on, kid, go on. Nothing's happening."
We searched for the suspect based on a description that a young witness provided to the National Police.
They brought me to the judicial police in an armored car, and they asked me what he was like, if I had seen him. I told them yes, that he was blind on one eye, had a baseball cap on, and had boots.
The teenage witness saw the suspect at the crime scene This was the first piece of evidence. The second piece of evidence is that the day we detained the suspect, which was Sunday, the 20th of May, we found blood stains on his shoes and also inside the clothes that he was wearing. It was a terrible event, an event that has deeply shocked and hurt. It is something heartbreaking for this family, and I believe for all Ecuadorians.
Peace and Hope started a campaign at the local, national, and international level called Let Her Cries Be Heard, which is intended to seek justice for Jenny Yuquilema Atupaña, the little girl who was cruelly raped and murdered. This campaign consisted in the drafting of declarations by organizations of the civil society, the faith community, and other actors who would not let impunity be an option. Around 700 signatures were collected representing Latin America, the United States, Europe, saying they were turned into administrators of justice in charge of the case here in Ecuador. This advocacy campaign made the operators of justice feel that after all, there was a process of citizen vigilance on the part of the civil society, formed by the churches, associations of families, NGOs, human rights foundations, all ensuring that the system does its job. We consider it a right to be near the operators of justice, so that such odious acts and facts do not go unpunished.
We, as administrators of justice, have more than just a legal obligation. We have a moral obligation to know how to respond to the expectations of the citizens in the application of justice.
We met several times near the scene in order to reconstruct the incident. The minor was recognized as the key witness. The clothing was sent as proof of the crime, and the clothing of the aggressor was a deciding factor. The foundation, Peace and Hope, presented before the court a petition of concurrent crimes to say that two distinct crimes were committed against the same victim, and those crimes were rape and murder.
The study of DNA was the most relevant evidence presented in this hearing. We are very pleased that the court has valued the evidence of the district prosecutor, and also this is what is expected from the administration of justice.
The sentence is just. It is according to the law. The 35 years imposed on the aggressor is the maximum limit that is allowed by Ecuadorian legislation to be an example so that this type of conduct is condemned by citizens. We have a very close relationship with the parents of the victim. We give them psychological assistance. We have even tried to be close to the minor, who was the witness during the case.
And I'd like to thank everyone, in this case the organization Peace and Hope, that is supporting the victim's family, supporting them in a moral and legal way so that they are not alone. When a person feels abandoned, when someone is a victim, normally their world falls apart. But in this situation, I believe that they've had a helping hand.
I want to thank the Peace and Hope Foundation, for at the time the crime happened, they came to my house to visit me, and after that, visited me again in another location. They encouraged me, And even now, thank God they have been helping me. And also because they didn't leave me. Thankfully, I'm content because I didn't know much about this place. They helped me and they made me forget all of it.